it's your boy Davidoff. So Blue Story is about London gangs. Obviously in real life right now there's gangs, there's a lot of knife crime going on at the moment. And this is like a fictionalized movie directed by Rapman, who had experiences in the past, and this is inspired by his experiences. And this movie is made to try and inspire people from difficult backgrounds to turn away from gangs, essentially. It's trying to inspire people to not join gangs. And yeah, this movie is a very dark story. It's about gangs, 2 different postcodes. One gang is from Deptford, other gang from Peckham, and they're at war. And there's 2 kids who go to a school. Well, they're not kids, they're grown, but they go to school. They're best mates, and they're from rival postcodes though. They go to the same school, but they're from different postcodes, but they are friends. But eventually, a chain of events happen, which leads to the 2 of them ending up in the rival gangs. And it's a very tragic story about the reality of gangs. I think it's made to be realistic, because a lot of knife crime and gun crime in London, and this has it. Although, having said that, I think there's a bit more gun crime than there would be in real life. There is gun crime here, for sure, but I feel like in the movie, there's a bit more than realistically you'd expect. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But the amount of crime in this movie, it does, obviously... It's fiction. It's fiction. This movie is fiction, but it's inspired by actual events, obviously. This movie is meant to like inspire people to turn away from gangs, which is good. Hopefully that actually achieves that. I don't know whether it will, but sometimes you can get to people through movies. Movies is a good way to communicate with people. But yeah, this is a story, and it's also rapped out. The rap man is rapping in this movie. Not the whole movie, just in some scenes he's rapping what happens to certain characters. But yeah, it's a tragic storyline that has a bit of comedy in it as well. There is some comedy there, like banter between people basically, but it's like really funny to listen to, and the way they talk makes it funnier as well, in a good way, by the way. I noticed some familiar faces as well. I noticed a couple people from Top Boy. I noticed Dexter from EastEnders. There was someone else as well I noticed. I think he was in Waterloo Road. I noticed some actors in there. I was like, that's good. It's good to see some familiar UK actors in there too, which is great. And I think this movie was done really well. I think for what it is, it provides a compelling story. It's a brutal story. It's tragic, and I think they achieve what they're going for in terms of what the movie is, and hopefully it inspires people to turn away from gangs. I don't know whether it will. It probably won't, but I hope it does. Acting is great, all round. Apart from like at the start, there's a bit of like not so good acting, but overall the acting is great. I feel they play gangsters really well. And there's one particular character where the storyline is really sad. Like, it's really sad to see what happened to certain people in this movie, but it just shows the reality of how gang wars could end up. And I think they do a good job of showing the reality. And you know, guys who think they're all that and then get crippled or killed. There's a lot of messed up stuff in this movie. It's not for the light-hearted. It's definitely not for kids. But if you want to see it, especially if you're in London, I recommend this movie. I don't know if it's being released in other countries though. I don't really know about the worldwide release, but in the UK it will be in cinemas. I saw an early screening from Cineworld Unlimited. They had an early screening for this movie. Went and watched it, and it was a compelling story. And I'm not going to give it a rating though, because I don't know what to rate it. But I think for what it is, I think it's a pretty interesting movie for sure. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.